Right. So welcome to the CSS session 2 actually. So I have just finished the recap for you, and in this segment what we're going to do is we're going to start practicing the syntaxes, which means we're going to learn more features about CSS. So how to do certain things in CSS, for example, like how to change or how to work with backgrounds, how to work with text, so on and so forth. Things going to come. So starting to do that, so in order to do that, I want you to create a web page, simple web page like this, with one, heading two, and one paragraph, and get it ready, and we will continue. Right, we shall get started. Right, I'm creating a style tag here in the web page. Then you can write the style rules here. Right, so we are targeting h1, h2, and paragraph. So when you want to change the background color, okay, background color, so you can use the attribute. So we will do this one for h1 first. You say background dash, there are a lot of properties are there, right? So color, background, this position, repeat, the image clip, these are, there are certain things are there. So we are going to work with the color first, right? Background dash color, then you say colon, and you can give a color. You can give a color. For example, there are 140 colors, I think. You can give like this, the names, 140 colors are there. You don't, I don't know whether you can remember everything. I don't know, even I can't remember all the things. So if you go here to W3 schools, color names supported by all browsers, 140 colors are there with their hexadecimal values. So you can simply choose this is another control they have built. So these are if you like a color from this panel or a palette, you can simply use this code, then it will work. For example, I'll show you. If you like this, let's take this kind of a green. Okay, don't know why it went like that. The name is yellow green. Okay, name is yellow green. So I think it is showing. We come here, and instead of giving the name like that, we can say background color. You can give the hash symbol, then you can give the color code. That is one way to get the color code from there. Or else you can do the color picker tool also. You can take, if you take the color pick mixer or color picker, you can say color mixer like this. Then you can choose a color, right? The shades are changing. Let's say you're looking for something like this kind of a color, and you like this kind of particular shade. You choose that. See, it changes like that. So top color is this, bottom color is this, right? Different shadings. So let's say you're looking for something like this, then you can copy this part and take it and paste it there. Right, first we will see how it looks. I saved it. I'm going to the page. Let's reload the page. There you can see the background color of h1 is displayed like that. Always remember, it's a blocked element, which means it doesn't finish from here and go to the next line. It finishes up here. It takes or goes up all the way up here. Later we will learn about the dimensions and floatings. I will teach you that part, how to control these things later. For the time being, it's like that. And you can see by the time there are some default margins and things there. From your left side there are gap, from top there are gaps. So if you don't want these things, and if you want to properly do it, you have to wait for that. I will teach you how to manage those things. Okay, so just the background color I did. Right, we have another color, so we will put h2. What is the property? Background color. Then I copied another color, so I can paste it. So if you like, you can have a comment like light pink or something like that. So if you reload, then it comes there. Those are the way you can take it, right? So in my computer, actually, this is Atom software. I have installed a plugin. You can install the plugin as well. I can press on top of a color, or even when I want to set a color. Watch this. I will comment that I want to. Uh, let's say I want to set a background color. Now I will keep the colon like that, and I will press Control Alt and C in my keyboard, and this plugin I have installed in my computer. So if I prefer to use a particular blue shade, right? Say let's say like this kind of a blue, I can choose it and I can mention it how I want to display the colors. There are different ways that you can display the colors. So we're going to learn all of them. So let's say we go for hex, that is hexadecimal values. Simply you just click here and type the, sorry, you type the semicolon here. Then you're good to go, right? That easy. That's so easy. So if you install that plugin, it's easy. Otherwise, you can use a software like that and you can do it, right? All right. So I will leave this code for you now. You will practice it quickly and raise the hand. If you're already raising the hand, please put your hands down. Right, children, we learned about the background color like this. First, the name of the color can be given. Hexadecimal value can be given. Then I'll show you there are other ways you can give also. There are RGB also you can give, right? So let's say for paragraph, then you can give even RGB, okay? RGB within open close parenthesis, you can give the value of red, value of green, and value of blue. So RGB, it is each value starts from 0 up to 255 you can give, right? So you can give a random value like 155 comma 200 comma 90. So red, the value of red is, the brightness of red is 152, uh, green is 200, and blue is 90. So it will be a mixture of these three colors. If you want to see what the color is, you can hold the control alt and C, you can press on top of this, it will show you it is, this is the color. Because I have the tool, I can do it. So I will just uh, okay, it's working. So that's another green color is coming. All right. um So we learned about how to give name, hexadecimal colors, and
Excuse
RGB.
me, sir.
Yeah,
Sir, what is RGBA?
RGBA means, that's a good question again. Mm, this is usually used in visual effects, films, and all. We use this one. Like if you use RGBA, you can give a value here starting from 0.1 up to totally 1. 1 means it is equal to 100%, right? So if you say 0.5 here, which means this is half transparent now. Now if I refresh this, the background color will be half transparent. Through that one, if you have a background image or something, you will be able to see that. So next we're going to put a background image. Then I will keep the example same as this. You see it's going to be half transparent. So the RGBA, A stands for alpha channel. So it represents how much transparent is this. So if you say 0.0, this is totally transparent. If you say 0.9, that is 90% light. You can go like that also, right? Okay, that's what I meant by it. So we'll keep this one around 5. Is that understood, Nirmala?
Yes, I understood.
Okay, so now the next thing we're going to do is the background images, right? So for that, what we will do is we will duplicate this image as demo 2 and we will practice. I'm closing from here. I'm duplicating that. Going to put 2 like that. These colors, I'm not going to do any changes. I'm going to have a background picture for the body itself, right? So we will try what to do, right? So we'll have a background image. We will put body, open close curly braces like that, and I can type a name of an image. First of all, we will get an image, then after that we will apply that image. Okay, right. Okay, let's download an image quickly. And I will type, let's type, take a wine texture like this. Just take a picture like this. That's the reason why I'm taking a photo like this. um, that's a PNG image, by the way. I can't do a big selection now, it's taking too long. This picture is there. We'll take this picture. I'm saving that image. I'm saving it inside my uh, website. I will create a folder inside chapter 3 called images, and I will save this one as wine, right? So this image, no need. Okay, we don't need this. This is another image. I just downloaded it. Seems that's not necessary. Okay, right. Let's get do the work with this one. So for the body, what we're going to do is we're going to say background dash image. Now, this time we're not going to say background color. We say background image. So you put uh, colon, then you say URL. You have to give URL within open close parenthesis. You can give the path. So not like in HTML, you don't have to use double quotes, single quotes. You can simply type the path, right? So it is inside the images / wine.jpg, right? So avoid using spaces in your file name, so it's easy for you to give the file name here. So they always use / okay, right? So I'm going to reload the page. I'm going to show you what's going to happen is, okay, let me pause the recording. Yeah, we are in demo 1. Yeah, we have to check we are checking the wrong file. Yeah, here we can see that picture is going like this. But if you see the picture that we took is this one. This is the file. So since we added to the web page, and let's say this is the one size picture, so this way it is repeating the image. The background image is repeating in X direction and Y direction. That is why we see multiple times the image. So this is that's how it looks anyways. Sometimes it might be nice, sometimes it might be not nice. You can I just want you to have an idea, that's why I gave you this one. So a small picture we are using. If you use it several times, if you let it repeat, you get this texture effect. That's the correct word, texture. Okay, having said that, I'm moving on to this part. Now children, how to control this repeating, we're going to learn next. So I will teach you that part also. Then you can at once you can practice that. Okay, right. So for simplicity, if you want, I can give you the same link. You know, it's a vector. You can get it download from here. Um, you can just download one, right? So you right click and save as like. Okay, so I'll just give you that path in the chat window for you. You can just download one or two pictures and keep it meanwhile. Okay, I just gave you the link there. And children, this link also I will give you. Copy image address. Let's paste. Yeah, this image you can take also. The second link is that if you click on the second link, you will get the same picture. It's not a must that you should get the same picture if you don't have access to that. That's totally understandable. No worries. All right. Uh, okay. Let's go back. Here, what we do is second thing we're going to learn is background. There's a property called background repeat. Okay, background repeat. By default, the property is repeat. Default property is this. Okay, this is default. So you don't have to separately type like background repeat. So it will be automatically repeating. But what happens is sometimes you want to have the control of it. So you prefer doing it in a different way, right? So I'll do it like this. Background repeat. Let's say repeat X, which means only across the page it's going to repeat. It's not going to repeat vertically. So only this part we're going to get, only that part, right? See, that part we are getting. Uh, I can do a small fix if you like. Okay, margin. So I can put the content down by giving the margin, right? So, or I can push this up also, right? So anyways, what you see there is background repeat. I just wanted to clearly show you that. So ignore this one. I will teach you this later. So it says background repeat, how you want to repeat it. So I wanted to repeat it in this direction. So I just repeated like that. If you want to repeat it in Y direction, you can do so. So it is repeating in this direction also, right? So that is about the three repeat things. One is repeat across, repeating vertically, and letting it repeat all the places, right? So these are the three repeat options. So when you're practicing, you can practice one by one. To save time, you can, once you practice, copy paste and do this one, right? uh, I'm not copying and giving you the code in because you have to get used to the code correctly. So please practice this one and raise the hand. I think you have downloaded the picture. I can give you about 5 minutes to practice this. Don't worry. Do properly practice this. Uh, because I can't rush you through this one because you need to be able to do this, right? Okay, I'm going to post the recording. Right. So we did up to this point, background repeat part. So the next part is the background position. Okay, background position. So that also we can practice from this one. I forgot to show you last this one, right? You can have background repeat, no repeat also. When you give no repeat, what will happen is it it will only once display the picture in the web page. Okay, once only it will displaying the picture. So it could be a, what do you call it? Could be a logo or something you want to display only once somewhere. Then it will be useful because this goes good with the other one because when you say background position, you can give the position, right? Background position. left, center, right, bottom, you can give the things, right? So if you give background position left, so it's in that's how it comes, right? Let's say background position right, so that's on the other side. Let's try top, it comes at that place. Bottom, right? So if you try, this page is not very top, this page is finishing over here. So if you want, I can add some code here, like a PRE code, and I can make the page bit lengthier like that, and I can add another heading. So when I say end of page here, so the background image is at the bottom, right? It's at the very center and bottom. um, you can give you can give if you give bottom left, that's also possible. Bottom right, we can mix that, right? So it is possible for you to control that. So that is the background position, right? So this is one. Someone asked one day how to open close this key binder. So it's very simple. CTRL and this key. This key binder comes sometimes, so it will be a problem for you. So control key and this angle bracket. Okay, right. So we're going to give the background position. If we give top values, for example, let's say 200 pixels by 500 pixels. So these are X and Y values. So it's going to exactly come there. Let's say this, you reduce this one, then it's going to go up. See, that is possible. So that is another way that you can control. Anyway, Nirmal asked whether you can increase the size. That is not possible here. You can give this in percentage also. Like for example, 25% left, 50% from top. So that is possible. So it will be little bit interactive. See, if the increase is decreasing, it is little bit interactive. Okay. So those are the things that you're going to do for the background positioning. So you can position it using name values, pixel values, and percentage values. Practice this. How we can have a fixed background, right? So in here, the background is over here, right? We will give 50-50. We'll see where it is appearing, right? At the center, right? Now what happens is, let's assume our web page is really tall, right? If you want, I'll add some text in between also for you to see, right? Okay. So if you see, this web page is there, the image is at the center, and by the time I'm scrolling, it is going up and down along with the content. So what you can do is you can make it fixed. For that, you give background dash attachment. You can give fixed. The default one is scroll. You can give background attachment fixed. So if you give this, then the picture is here. The values are here. Now see, when I'm scrolling, you can see the background is there, but the content only scrolling. Sometimes it will be nice. Okay. So you can try this one to get some cool effects, right? Okay. To make sure it's not disturbing your appearance of the web page. you can make use of this, right? Nice. So that's also you can practice it. Make sure background repeat should set to no. Oh, this one, then it works better. Finish it off and raise the hand. You're already raising the hand. Finish it and raise the hand. Okay. So this is the end of the background part. So if you take a look at it, properly practice this one because we practiced a lot of things except for the margin. So we learned how to set the background color that is here. Then there are three ways we learned: name, hexadecimal values, as well as RGB, then RGBA. All those things you practiced and you learned. Then now we learned about how we can add a background image, which is very useful. You can add a background image like this, background image. Then you say URL. Um, then you can give the path within single quotes. You can give the path. Make sure you use forward slashes. Then I showed you how you can repeat the background image. By default, the image is repeating horizontally and vertically both. But if you want to make it repeat only horizontally, say repeat X. If you want to repeat vertically, say repeat Y. And if you don't want the image to repeat only once, if you want to make it appear, say background repeat, no repeat. Then you can say background position also we learned. So we can give top, right, bottom, left, those things, or you can give that in a mixture so you can control more places. Background position can be also controlled using pixel values, as well as it can be controlled using percentage values. Then finally, we learned something called background attachment, which means if you have a lengthy web page and if you have your background image in one place, by the time you are scrolling, you can keep the content fixed. I'm sorry, keep the background fixed, but the content will scroll, right? That's possible to be done, right? So that's what we basically did, right? So we need to do more things in backgrounds. So I will be teaching you how you can have gradient backgrounds, which is actually, children, not in this note. In this note it's not there. So I'm going to show you where the resource is. So I'll the website is this one, so we can quickly get it done. um, CSS gradient backgrounds. Okay, so it's very simple, so we'll take that, right? So you can take background colors like this. It's really interesting to do. See, it's very interesting. They have developed the tool also, I guess, right? So these values you can change also. So there are ways that you can set. This is called linear gradient. Okay, linear linear gradient means from one side to another side. Okay, then you have radial gradient also. Radial gradient means from center to edges. First we will understand the linear gradient. um, I don't know whether you can see this code here. um, so what you see here is it says to bottom, right? So if I can click these things, it's changing these values to right, right? So to top left, it's giving some values, right? Okay, so that can be given, right? The degree also you can give, I think. All right, so if you give not that one. Okay, so things are changing, right? Anyways, we will take this and practice once, then we will do. Okay, before do that, we will go here to the web page and we will duplicate this image, which means the web page. So we'll have that to practice. So bgdemo 2, we will duplicate it to bgdemo 3. In this, what we're going to do is, in this one, we will delete the CSS code. We don't need that. And this code also, I don't need. I will delete everything. Just have a body uh, syntax only, that body code only I'm going to have. Inside this, I will paste in that code, but I copied now. Just I copied it because to save some time. It says background colon, you say linear gradient. Linear gradient. You give two space bottom, to left, to right. You can give. So then all the things they have given, right? These values we can change. Right? So let's refresh this. Something wrong. Right. We'll save that. Yeah, you can. I think you can see this. This is a tall page. When you scroll it down, the color is there. So in order to make it easier to understand, let's delete this, the whole thing, right? So the size of the page is up to here, so it is repeating. Okay, so that's why it is repeating. Apart from that, we can individually take that thing and we can understand children. So give me a second, I'll get it. The explanation I need, that's why. They modified this one, that's why. Early it was a little bit different. So let's search from here. This is the one, right? Yeah, this is the one I was looking for. This is the shortened form they have used, right? So that's what it was a bit confusing for us. Watch this. In this one, you give background dash image, you give linear gradient, simply give to right, then give what is the starting color, what is the finishing color. If you want, you can mix more than two colors, right? Let's try this. Now see, this is how it looks, left to right. Now, if you say mm, blue comma yellow, then see, you can get three colors, right? Then four colors. So you can keep on introducing colors like that. That's one thing, right? So I will keep two colors, right? This is what I was looking for. Here you have the degrees, right? So instead of giving two right, two left, what you can give is you can give the degree. Okay. I just type 45 degrees. Let's try. So it comes from one side. Okay. Let's put page is not tall enough. If I give like here,
90 degrees.
yes, Pada?
90 degrees.
Yeah, 90 degree will work. But this, I'm going to change that to something like Yeah, 90 will come from top to bottom. So sorry, from this side, right? So from total it's there. So 120, you can try going like that. So it's changing, see, slowly changing. So let's say from that to 40. See, now when I refresh, it rotates. See, that's how it comes, right? So I prefer you practice this one, right? These two you can practice to save some time. I'll give you that in the chat window. Okay, right. Okay, it's copied and pasted. Practice that and raise the hand, please. Right. We are doing the last one for today, children. That is again that is to do with backgrounds. This is previous one is linear gradient. Linear gradient means from one side to another side. The last one, what we are doing is called radial gradient. You know, radial means from center to edges. So radial gradient, there are three colors available here. What we do is we are trying to do, so red, the percentage value also given, yellow percentage value given, green percentage value given. So make sure that sum up to 100. So it will be nice. So red can be less, yellow can be a little bit more, green can be more, right? So if you try this, um, now you can see this is coming because of that height problem, because our page is not tall enough. So if I make the page taller, then that problem is fixed. If I make the page bit taller, see, then you get the picture, right? See, so red is less, yellow is a little bit more, and green is more, right? So that you can again control. Let's try this one. Red is 50%, yellow is 20%, green is 30%. So when you change those values, see, it's not that good, right? So it's not that good. So I think this is the amount of mixing what we are giving, right? So 5%. Sorry. The more value that you give, this is the featherness of the colors. Not working properly. This is what we had. Okay. So let's change this to 25. So it is overlapping, right? Yeah. So from a small value to large value, we give to get it mixed. You change the values and experiment and see. Okay, just practice this, then finish it off. Anyway, I'll give you that code in the screen, right? practice quickly and raise the hand. You're already raising the hand. Have you practiced it? So upcoming classes, we're going to do other formattings like how to work text and text properties and other things. So more and more features you're going to learn. So another 2-3 classes, you will be able to fully control web pages using CSS, right? So my advice to you is practice them properly as much as possible, properly practice them. So you will be able to create nice content. If you do have any questions, you can ask me. Otherwise, we can wind up, children. Do you have any doubts? Do you have any issues? Sasanka, Nirmala, any doubts? I think the lesson was clear today.
Yeah, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Fine. Then see you in the next class, children. Then okay. Stay home and
Thank you very
stay
much,
safe.
sir.
Yeah.
Thank you,
And
sir.
if you're going out, please make sure that you wear a mask and go. And make sure that you try to be as safe as possible. And happy Eid and have a nice weekend and have a nice day. Okay. Stay home, stay safe. Bye.
Thank you,
Yes.
sir.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.